All right, this is something new. Welcome to Snippets with Ken. I'm going to try to keep myself to 5 minutes. Did you start the timer, hon? Okay, 5 minute timer. So, one of the things I want to do with this is just give you a little look into something that maybe you think would be interesting, something that we think would be interesting, and also it may just add to a lesson that we just finished. We just finished a lesson on putting a plug into a round cylinder. So I introduced you to the V notcher. Look at that. I've had this one a while. I think I probably got this in 78 or 79. And so we just did this lesson, and then the next job we get in the door is a sign. Can you see that sign? This sign is 36 feet tall, and they're going to change all the lenses. A lot of businesses have moved in and they've changed some things. They're going to reconfigure this sign. And so up here on the top, they brought us the old parts, and we're going to make some new parts so they can reconfigure, move some lenses around for different advertisers. But when I saw this top, I just thought you guys would get a kick out of this. We just finished our lesson on the V notcher. Okay, so first of all, look at this. Here's the top. How do I look? Do I look like I'm on money? This is money. So look at this. We just finished our introduction to the V notcher, and then the very next job, they were taking these off the top of the sign, dropped them, they boogered them up, if I can say that. Yep, I can. And so they brought them to me, and I straightened them back out. But here's the part I want you guys to see. I think this is very cool. Can you get a look at the back side? Can you get in here and get a look and see? I'm going to get my flashlight on there too. Look at this. Look how this piece is made. Look at the V notcher all the way around. And so then they V notched it, and then they spot welded the V notch to the face. Yeah. And then so now I'm going to flip it over so you can see. So that's how they made this trim ring for the top of the sign. So they cut out this piece in the flat, and then they V-notched this piece and bent it around. So what I want you to see is, since we just did a V-notcher introduction, the V-notcher has a stop built at 7/8 on the chassis of the V-notcher. So when you put this in all the way, that's Elsa, our shop cat. She doesn't even get nervous in a room full of rocking chairs. Can you see what's going on? These are all 7/8. Now, what we're going to do is let's go to JB. And I'm going to put this in right here. Going to bend that up. Now that we've bent it up, I want you to get a look at that. Now look what we can do. So what we're looking at here is the back side of this sign. Look at. Here's what we're making. Here's how they made this sign. Oh, look, the piece is almost the right size too. Through a series of V notches, that's how they made this. But that's 5 minutes already? Is it really? Okay, we'll go one more minute because I want you. This is important. I want you to see this. Maybe we don't want to turn 7/8. We want to turn some other amount. And so if we had some other amount, so I just flattened out. That was really 5 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do here is if you wanted something other than 7/8, what I recommend is that you bend that amount first. We're going to hold this flush on the front of the brake. That means we're going to turn a 1/2 inch. So there is our 1/2 inch bend. See that? Now, when we come over here to our V-notcher with the pointy end on the top, now you see if I turned it over, the chassis would interfere and we wouldn't get the full depth of the notch. So that's why I specifically told you we're going to do it from the top down. I thought it was so cool the day we did this lesson, the next job that came through our door had the V-notch on it. So look at this. So we just did a 1/2 inch. We bent it first and then notched it using the bend as our depth gauge. So what we're doing is a V-notcher demo. So let's just, this is some random arc. This would be called an OG, OGEE. That's what you call it when you have two opposing radii. So look, here's what we could do. This could go around this way. Well, with the way these notches are, we could go both ways. So we could do a radius this way, or we could do a radius this way. So if we wanted to do concave, or wanted to do convex, this gives us the flexibility, or if we want to do 1/2 and 1/2. So what the challenge I want to put to you guys is, I want you to show us what you could do. Now you just saw what we just did with our V-notcher and a piece of scrap. You saw what I can do. I want to see what you guys come up with. Show me what you guys come up with.
If somebody doesn't have a spot welder, what could they use to?
Oh, that's a good one. So you could do, wow, you're good, hon. So you could pop rivet that tab, or if you go to our lesson on soldering from the heart, you could solder that, and that would make an excellent joint. So if you put this on here and soldered the back side here, you'd have a really awesome seam. So the last thing I want to show you on the sign is, now that we've shown you the radius on the top, they're going to reconfigure all of this. So the parts, the components that go across here, the lenses, so they're putting in a backlit lens. They're going to put the name and it will be backlit. This is called a mullion. It's like the word million, only with a U. It's a mullion. So what we're making here is, since we're going to reconfigure the sign, we're going to remake this track, and this sign here that my friend Eddie Bozio made for me is going to, that is how the lenses fit into a large sign. So it slides into the track that's built into the mullion. So we're making new mullions, and we're going to, well, we're not going to remake the top. They dropped them, bent them, and I was able to dolly them back around. So their budget didn't allow for new top radius pieces. But I wanted you to see how the lens goes into the mullion. And the only thing left, my friend Eddie Bozio made that. He thought IMS, he thought it stood for I make stuff. I think that's fine. That's a good That's a good use. It's actually Innovative Mechanical Solutions, but I Make Stuff is also good. I like that. So these are the mullions, and then these are the trim pieces that go around the perimeter of the sign, around the outside perimeter. So as soon as this came in, I said, hon, we got to let folks know a practical application that just happened to come in the day after we made an introduction of the V notcher. I think that's good. What was it? How far is that? Is that 6 minutes?
10.
10 minutes?
I told you. We should
What?
strive for 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. So this is our first snippets with Ken. I told Stacy, I go, hon, I think I can do this in 5 minutes. She goes, there's no way. She said, you can't say your name in 5 minutes. You're always going to add something. So, and I says, yeah, but I think I can do it in 5. Can't do it in 5. We're going to go for 10. 10 minutes it is. And Snippets with Ken. We just want to check in with you guys. And we're going to be out on a project somewhere. We're going to see something cool. We're going to fire this thing up and give you guys just a little taste of what it's like to be a sheet metal person for a living. We love it. It's been great for me. We look forward to seeing you on the next lesson. See you later. Snippets with Ken. Thanks for coming. Sheet metal is fun. Am I missing anything? Oh, yeah. If you have something, if you guys come up with something creative, send us a picture of your accomplishment at sheetmetalis fun at yahoo.com. Send us a picture. We'd love to see what you guys are working on. Thanks. We'll see you guys on the next big one. See you later.